Can you imagine how do you visualize the web development? I'm going to walk through an example step by step. In this video, I will show you the secret of mobile-friendly and responsive web design with a pure HTML5 and CSS3 from scratch, plus 5 tips and tricks to get the most out of your responsive web design journey. Hi, my name is Prince Chama. I keep up with competition and work with a high-performance team for web application development. The same way the internet connects us, there are special web languages that work together to make up the internet and the websites it contains. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript work together to form the front-end design of a website by applying information that affects content, style, and interactivity of a site. In this project, I am implementing visual elements that users see and interact with. Here is our template result. Responsive menu from a mobile first, then a web design menu that is a responsive one from a mobile size down to the desktop. In this project, we are building entire responsive HTML and CSS web pages with responsive menu for desktop and Hamburger menu for mobile devices without any JavaScript. Now we can actually start it to create a content of the website. Inside my root folder, I have a couple of documents. I have my index page and 2 other pages. And in the CSS folder, I have style sheets, and I also have image folder with 2 images inside of it. If you want to master HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, it is actually simpler than what you think, even if you are a newbie. In this project, I will show you visually how they work together. I want you to imagine that you are looking at a website. I have a website here on the screen as you can see it. In this video, I am about to give you the secret of responsive web design, and I'm also to give you the big picture about how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript fit together, and as well I will show you the best tips and tricks for responsive web design techniques. What does HTML actually do? HTML defines the elements of the website. It means the elements of the web page are defined by HTML. Then CSS describes how the elements should be displayed, which means CSS brings style to your website by interacting with HTML elements. Then at the end, JavaScript controls the behavior of the website and allows for the users to interact with the browser. What you see here on the screen, it is the outcome of the source code of this page. Responsive web design is a web development approach that creates dynamic changes to the appearance of a website depending on the screen size and orientation of the device being used to view it. Here is the secret of Hamburger navigation bar using HTML5 and CSS3. The first step, we are creating a hamburger menu, and in order to have a responsive design, we need to add responsive meta tag in our HTML document and then apply media query to our layout in CSS file. We are including a meta tag viewport into head to tell the browser that this website is optimized for mobile. Remember, all the source codes are included here and you can download and practice. Starting point files, you can look at the description and download these files. You want to take a look exactly what it looks like at the end as well. So I'm just gonna do a quick demo what the menu looks like and then jump out to the code and get started. Here is what the menu looks like and it is complete state. So you can see here we have a responsive web design menu with 3 pages and logo here on the top left. How does Hamburger menu actually work? I'm just going down to specific breakpoints at Hamburger menu. This is all done with CSS and CSS animations. But as we click the Hamburger menu, it flies out and you can see we have now stack menu here and it automatically turns to the an X. And you can see little bit transition there. So when I click this again, watch, you will see things will be animated back to the Hamburger menu. When I click again, it animates back to the mobile menu. So that's kind of the way this Hamburger menu works. Let's take a deep dive into HTML5 and find out what does HTML5 actually do. We started off with the HTML structure. The head element acts as a container for all the stuff you want to include on the page. That is not the content you are showing to your page's viewers. So let's go ahead and create our head body tags. And for the title, I'm just gonna say JS Xcode Web Design. We want to link our style sheets, so let's link css/mix.css. Under that, let's link favorite icon image which comes in the web page's title bar. Right here, we have header tag. It is of course a new HTML5. Inside of the header, it's kind of where it gets important. You need to realize the structure here. We have anchor tag that is just our logo and it is on the top left corner here. And then we have input tag. This is just regular old checkbox and this is what is going on to enable us to click that hamburger menu on and off. So there is checkbox and then right below that we have label for that checkbox. and that label will be turned actual 3-line hamburger menu with CSS. Under that, we have here a regular unordered list with a list items that is actual menu with anchor tag. What does CSS actually do? Let's find out. Now we're gonna move on to the CSS menu. Different approaches work better for different individuals, teams, and projects. What we're gonna do here, some really classic styling so you can see our menu are well designed. First thing, we wanna set a universal selector. Star is a universal selector, and we're gonna set the box size border box. So we are setting all elements to have zero margins and zero padding, so our website will look like the same in all browsers. Under that, what we have here is the body tag, and we set a font family 3 different fonts, and also we set padding 0 and margin 0, and we give height auto, and then we set background CCC white. What you see here is our body tag code result. So let's move on our CSS menu. Alright, because we're designing a mobile first approach, we gonna be designing our mobile menu first, and then we can do the desktop version as we expound out. Let's flash out the header in HTML. The header tag also has this class of header, so I am gonna use that class to target a specific element. CSS menu at the very top, we add the class header, which wraps around everything, and we set position fixed, and also with 100%, and the background color blue RGB. We set the box shadow 1 pixel on the top and 1 pixel on the bottom, and 4 pixel on the right and 0 pixel on the left. And also we set the color RGB alpha 000 alpha 1, and then we set the Z index 3 so we can be above the content. Let's move on UL, which is an order list inside the header, and let's set the margin 0 and padding 0, and also make a list style none, and let's set also overflow hidden, and background color blue RGB. That's it. Next, we're gonna be styling each of the individual anchor tags within the menu. So we're gonna set display block and padding 20 pixel top and bottom, and 20 pixel right and left, and also we're gonna set border right 0 pixel, silent, and the color F4, and we set text decoration none, and color also we set here white FFF, and at the end we set font size 18 pixels. That's all for anchor tag. So let's set hover over within the menu the background color DDD, and also we set the color black. Here is outcome of our code result. So let's go ahead and add another rule here. This is gonna be for our header and then the menu to actual logo tag. So let's set the display block and float left, and then font size 2M, and padding 10 pixel top and the bottom, and 20 pixel on the right and left. And let's set also text decoration none. So now let's do the menu, which is inside the header, and let's set clear both and max height 0, and also let's set transition max height dot 2 second is out. So let's add here menu icon. Menu icon is the span that's inside at the label, okay? And let's set cursor pointer float right and padding 28 pixel top and bottom, and 20 pixel right and left. Let's set position relative, and also user select none. Now we're gonna set nav icon, which is inside menu icon and inside header. So we're gonna be working on this child, which is the span. Our nav icon, we're gonna give background color 333 and display block, and also height 2 pixel, and position relative, and also transition background dot 2 second is out, and we give also width 18 pixel. So let's jump down here and create Hamburger menu bar. Now we're gonna take this little bar and we are going to add it is top and bottom. So we are going to be using pseudo elements to do this. Pseudo elements are very powerful and super cool. There is some fancy things in here, and let's go ahead and get started. We set menu button display none, and menu max height 240 pixel, and nav icon background transparent. This pseudo element is before and after. What they do here is when the menu is checked state, pseudo selector is checked our menu button and will be automatically animated. Just to show you what is happening here to you, I'm gonna invalidate this and will hit the hamburger menu bar here to animate to the mobile menu, and then I will hit X here to animate back to original hamburger menu bar. This is pseudo elements before and after CSS code. We give here background color 333 black, and content is empty. Display is block, and we set here also height 100%, and position is absolute, and also transition all dot 2 second is out, and also we set width 100%. Also we set here before top 5 pixel and after top -5 pixel. This is the code result of our hamburger menu with pseudo elements, and that's all we need this time. In this video, it is designed for anyone who wants to code HTML5 and CSS3 and also JavaScript. So the video should be helpful for beginners and people who wanna discover the secret of responsive layout. You may ask yourself how you can turn a blank page into the web page of your dreams. The rule number one, you should plan your web page before actually you build it, so you can figure out contents, layouts, and even the look and feel. In this project, you will learn how to style your contents using CSS3 visual design. Please take a look at our template code result for responsive web design, like the header, contents, sidebar, and the footer. As you can see here, our layout consists of blocks: the header, container, sidebar, and the footer. Let's flash out the header in HTML. The header tag also has these classes: header and menu. We already styled the header and the menu, and now we are going to style the rest of the website contents, like the container, sidebar, and the footer. What we're gonna do here, some really classic styling, so you can see our website style are well designed and it is a responsive one from a mobile size down to a desktop. Container class is the perfect class to use for all HTML container elements like div, article, section, header, footer, form, and many more. Container is a global, and let's set the width 80% and margin auto and overflow hidden. Here is how it looks like our container code results. So let's get started and add another rule for our CSS class button. We set the height 34 pixel and the border radius 5 pixel and background color red, and also border we set 10 pixel and padding left we set 20 pixel, and also padding right we set 20 pixel, and the color we set white, and we set font size 17 pixel. Here is our button code result. As you can see, we set the background red, and also the color of the font we set white, and the size of the font we set 17 pixel. You can try yourself and play around and change the color and practice. Here we have a class called form inside members. We set float right and margin top 15 pixel, and also we have input class inside members. The type is email and padding is 4 pixel and height is 34 pixel, and we set here width 250 pixel, and we have also here to show you the result of our code form and input. Here we have sidebar class and we set float right and we set width 30% and margin top 10 pixel. And also we have here the sidebar code result. Here we have footer class and we set padding 20 pixel and margin top 20 pixel, and color we set 000, which is black, and background color we set CCC, which is almost white, and text align we set center, and font size we set 15 pixel. And here we have our footer code result. What you see here is the secret of the responsive web design. The same HTML element is reserved to all devices using CSS3, which determines the layout of the website to change the appearance of the page. Responsive web design uses so-called breakpoints to determine how the layout of a site will appear, and when design is used this breakpoint, the breakpoints are commonly pasted on the width of the browser. So you can see here we have two media queries, one for mobile and one for desktop. We set the mobile size 768 pixel or less, where the smallest screen size mobile phone is 320, and then we set 768 and above or bigger for the desktop media query. So, adding media queries is the most interesting feature of the responsive web design. In responsive design, page element is reshuffled as the viewport grows and shrinks. Watch this. Hey developers, in this project I'm about to show you awesome web development tools and cool CSS tricks. I want to share with you one of the advanced code editor called VS Code. Visual Studio Code is a source code editor developed by Microsoft, and most of the developers they call one of the best code editor out there and free. Here it comes, the first tricky: how to add icon logo in the title bar using HTML. As you can see here, if you want to include a favicon in your website, you just need to provide the link to your icon inside your head tag. By using this, you can include your icon in the title bar of your website. That's all. So you can see here we have another tip: how to add background image in the HTML. Using an image on a background is a pretty simple. What you do, you go CSS file, and in the bodies section you can add a background image for the whole page, or you can add specifically anywhere you want in the page. To add an image on the background anywhere you want, here on our responsive web design, we selected a class called section. Inside that section, we add a background. The URL value allows you to provide a file path to any image, and it will show up as the background for that element. That is it, all what you need: a well-designed background image. So I have here for you a homework. Can you find out what is the difference between website and web applications?